the bottom. Ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
Oh, wow. What is the deal? It is your boy Marley Betts. Y'all already know what it is. This is Brothers in Bets. And man, blast from the past. This is the goddamn man of the hour right now. This is the man that actually, this is the first ever NBA guest on Brothers in Bets. Back to the heyday. The man I like to call the statistician, Mr. LJ from Houston. My brother, what's been going on? How you been? Good to have you back.
Hey, man. Good to be back, man. You know, just trying to get some money in this NBA, man. You know, it's been a good season, you know, ups and downs, you know, but we're coming towards the end. So today, big slate, you know, game's already started, but, you know, the action is later on. So we want to talk some action, talk some plays out, you know, see if the people can find some money today, you know.
Find some money. Yes, sir. You know, up and down, it's just, you know, when you bet every day, as we are compulsive gamblers, that's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have some highs and we're going to have some lows. Personally, this is the best time I like to bet the NBA because it's like these are games that matter. We don't kind of have to guess, like, are they going to come out and play tonight? No, they're going to come out and play. They're fighting for position, or at least those games that are where they are fighting for position, I should say. LJ, out of the games that we're doing, hold on, because I don't know which one comes on first. So let me look at the time slots, making sure we ain't missing nothing early. Oh no, I think all our games are late starts. Anything you want to tell the people that you got going on now, though? Props.
Oh,
I know you're a prop man now.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. We can start off in this Nets game. That game popped off already, correct?
Just popped off. I'm looking at 10, 11, 6 minutes in the first quarter left.
Okay. Yeah, so in this Nets game, I jumped on Bridges, you know.
Mikhail.
Yeah, what was his points? Yeah, his points was hold on, let me get it. His points was over 27 and a half, minus 104.
You have 2 right now, but they only got 11.
It's cool. It's early, you know. He's averaging 34. Game. He's averaging 34 in the last 5. So
I think they actually still might sneak in. I think they're still going to sneak in the playoffs, right?
No, I think they have to play in that play-in.
They fell off. Well, I count that as I know technically it's not the playoffs anymore, but
yeah.
I feel like if you finish one, the playoffs is the play. You know, I count that as the start.
Yeah, I get
playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like all our games start pretty late in the evening. So we'll jump around. Let's go with this game first, since it was kind of like the late ad, so to speak. And as we were talking about earlier before we got on the show, you know, a lot of the games we didn't have action on. Me personally, is because I don't like double-digit spreads. But when you pointed out this one, I kind of thought about it and was like, you know, I think the Knicks can do a little something here. So let me get to the actual factual, then I'll get LJ to tell us what he has on this game. First, let's start with the Wizards. They are 3-9 straight up in their last 12 games. 3-6 ATS in the last 9 games against New York. 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games against New York. 0-4-1 ATS in the last 5 games when on the road, but 13-4 ATS in the last 17 games when playing in the Garden. That's ATS, by the way. 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games against an opponent from the Eastern Conference. 5-15 straight up in the last 20 games against an opponent from the Atlantic Division. Let's look at the Knickerbockers. 14-6 ATS in their last 20. 14-6 straight up in their last 20. So when they win, they cover. 9-2 ATS in their last 11 games at the crib. 12-4 straight up in the last 16 games against an opponent from the Eastern Conference. And the totals, mixed bag. Over in 4 of the last 6, but under in 4 of the last 5 against Washington. Under in 7 of the last 9 against an opponent from the Southeast Division. Mr. LJ from the H. What do you like about this game? If you like anything, what do you have on it? You can give me the props as well. Nasty Nate, what's the deal, my brother?
Yeah, as far as this game, Wizards have a lot of people out. Beal is out, Kuzma's out, Porzingis is out. So that's three of your main scorers that's not going to be playing today. So there's no way you could look towards the Wizards to even put up a fight. And, plus they're only 2-6 in the last 8 games on the road versus the East anyway. So they haven't been performing well, even with them playing in the games. So I look towards the Knicks today. They're pretty much money in the first half at home. They're 24-14-1 against the spread first quarter at home. They're averaging 32 points in the first quarter of the last 3 games. So they come out of the gate, try to smack you up. And in the first half as well, 26-12-1 ATS in the first half at home. They have a +4 point margin first half last 3 games. So they're coming out in the first half smashing too. So my play was easy. Knicks first half, minus the 7. Because, I don't want to trust the full game. 11 is a half. They could cover it, but Julius Randle is out. That's 20 points right there you're missing.
That's the scary thing with a big double lead. No Julius Randle. Can they put up enough? Can we get a big enough lead without Julius Randle? Do we got enough scoring without Julius Randle on the court to cover an 11 point? I mean,
it's possible, man, because they got some players that come off the bench as well. They got Hart, they got Quickly. Brunson still is putting up numbers, averaging 26 in his last 5. But the Knicks, like I said, they're 7-10 in their last 10 home games versus the East. Like you just mentioned, 9-2 against the spread, last 11 home games. One of those losses was versus the Wizards. So pretty sure they're going to want to get some revenge in that spot. So my play was first half minus the 7, and I jumped on a couple of props as well. I took Quinn Grimes over 2.5 threes, minus 134. I laddered it up to over 3.5 plus 171 because he's averaging 3.5 threes his last 6 home games, averaging 4.5 threes his last 5 games overall. Plus, he likes to shoot at home. I watched a couple of Knicks games while I was at home, and he's very comfortable there. So he should get his threes. I haven't seen Mitchell Robinson's prop. I don't know if he's playing, but if he plays, he should eat on the boards, considering Randall's hurt. And Josh Hart coming off the bench, I took his over 10.5 points, minus 121. Double points, 9 out of the last 13 games. And I wouldn't mind Quickly as well, over 17.5 points. I didn't take that one. I don't like to double up a lot in one game. Kind of chase the money, you lose it. So I'm going to stick with Josh Hart over 10.5 points. And I'm going to take the Knicks. Well, I took Grimes too, over 3s. And I'm taking the Knicks first half, minus the 7.
Who is the Knicks' second option? Is it Quickly? Now that Randle is out.
Well, it's usually Brunson and Randle. That's really their 1-2 punch.
Right. Now that Randle's out, so who would be in your opinion, who would be the next guy?
I mean, it's going to be a collective. It's going to be a collective unit. But far as
somebody got to pick up those 20 points. So I'm saying we're talking props. So I would be looking for somebody to pick up.
Yeah, I think they'll do it. They'll do it collectively. But I'm figuring Brunson is ailing an injury right now. So he's going to get his minutes. If they get a comfortable lead, of course, he's going to go to the bench because, he wants to get some rest. So Quickly's going to be on the floor. Grimes is going to be on the floor. Hartenstein's going to be on the floor. So those are going to be your players, really, that's going to be contributing to the team. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind Quickly and Grimes and Josh Hart for the most part to get the production today for the Knicks because, the starters will probably be rested. You got RJ Barrett, too, so don't forget about RJ as well.
RJ, I don't know why I wasn't thinking about RJ Barrett at all. So I think LJ, I'm more comfortable with the 11 than the 7.5. But I am scared of late game bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The backdoor cover. And that's the thing with the double digit point spreads. You got when they're up 10, 11, 12 with 2 minutes left, they don't care about stopping them from coming down court, shooting a little bullshit. That kind of shit really fucking pisses me off. So I think I'm going to pass, or this might be a live bet situation just to kind of see if I can get a feel of the flow. The only thing that really scares me is the fact that Julius Randle is out. So, like, is RJ Barrett? I think RJ, because I kind of forgot about RJ Barrett. I think RJ Barrett and Brunson can get it done. You get a little quickly, you get a little Grimes shooting the three. I think I'm gonna take the 11.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna take the 11. I think I like the 11. I wasn't considering RJ Barrett for whatever reason. I was just thinking Brunson and Randall. This is just all I was thinking about. Randall out, RJ Barrett steps up. You get Emmanuel quickly, give you a couple more points. Grimes give you a couple more points. Maybe Mitchell get you a couple putback dunks, couple oops. I think we can cover that. I mean, there's no Porzingis. There's no Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, not Bill. There's no Kyle Kuzma. That's like their top three scorers, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, give me the Knicks minus the 11. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, let's go here, LJ. What do you think about this Suns team before we get into it? Do they have a legit chance?
Yes, they do.
Do they have enough time to gel and chemistry to beat the Bucks in 7 or the Celtics in 7 or maybe even the Sixers in 7?
Now, it really depends on the matchup. You're right. Because if they play the Sixers, I believe they can beat them. If they play the Bucks, I think it's going to be
that's going to be tight.
A hard task.
I honestly wouldn't mind seeing that matchup. The Bucks and the Suns.
That would be a rematch of the NBA Finals.
It would be, but now they got Kevin Durant. But they don't have Bridges, and who else they lost in their trade? Bridges was a key piece.
Cam Johnson.
Balling. Yeah, Cam Johnson. All right, let's get into this Suns. OKC plus 5.5. I'm not mistaken. OKC is fighting for the play-in, and I think they need this game. If my numbers serve me correctly, they're like 10th because I was surprised when I saw them in the fight. Let's look at Phoenix. The 3-8 ATS in their last 11 games, but 4-1 straight up in the last 5, 7-2 straight up in the last 9 against OKC, 2-18 straight up in the last 20 when playing on the road in OKC, 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games against an opponent from the Northwest Division. The totals have gone over in 9 of the last 12 games played against an opponent from the Western Conference, over in 6 of their last 7 on the road, and over in 10 of their last 14 games. All overs for the Suns. OKC, they're 0-6 ATS in the last 6 games, 2-4 straight up in the last 6 games, but 6-1 straight up in the last 7 games at home. And their totals have gone under in 4 of the last 5, but over in 4 of the last 5 against Phoenix. Under in 5 of the last 7 against an opponent from the Western Conference, but over in 10 of the last 13 against an opponent from the Pacific Division. Suns. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Let's look at the injury report real quick. No injury reported for the Suns and for OKC. Kenneth Williams and Chet Holmgren, they both been out all season. So pretty much no reported injuries here. LJ, Suns and OKC Thunder.
Yeah, I'm all on the Suns first quarter, minus the 1.5. I already locked it in.
First quarter bet.
Yeah, Suns, 11-3-1 straight up in the first quarter in the last 15 games. 7-4-1 against the spread in the first quarter in the last 12 games. Plus a first quarter point margin in the last 3 games, averaging 31 points. So they have been jumping out the gate fast on people. Durant's back in that lineup, and I believe that every game he's been in that lineup, they've won the first quarter and covered it, if I'm not mistaken. But OKC, they struggled in the first quarter. 3-10-1 straight up in the first quarter in the last 14 games, only averaging 27 points. But they do come out in the second half and tend to cover spreads. So that's why I would lay the 4.5, but I just trust the Suns to jump out in the gate early. So I'd rather get my money in and get out. So the Suns have been consistently performing in the first quarter. And I trust Kevin Durant, is going to make a huge impact on that team down the line. And I wouldn't be mad at a Chris Paul double-double because the fact that he has an extra scorer on that team, he has Booker, Ayton, Now he has Durant. He could average around 9 or 10 assists easily, and he should get the opportunities to get at least 10 points when the defense swings to Booker and Durant. That leaves Chris Paul open on the other side as you swinging the ball around. They're trying to double team the shooters. So he should get a lot of opportunities going to the lane, getting floaters, things like that, because he's real savvy that way. So I think Chris Paul's double-double is going to be a look from now on while they playing in these playoffs. And I'm going to take it today, plus 140, because they're playing OKC. There's not much of a decent defensive threat they can oppose to him. So he may have a monster game today. They may just stump on him real early, get a good enough lead, and not worry about, cover. Well, 4.5 is kind of low. They should be able to cover that. But I think the motivation is going to be early. OKC is in disarray right now. Like you said, they're trying to get into the, play-in, I believe. But let's trust that Booker's going to get his points. I think it's over 28.5. That should be a good play. I'm going to take Chris Paul's assists, though, for sure, because I do believe it's over 9.5 minus 127. So I'm going to take over 9.5, and then I'm going to parlay both of those to give me some plus money. So Booker's points, Chris Paul's assists, and I'm taking the Suns first quarter minus the 1.5.
Got you. You sold me on that first quarter. I personally was on the first half. I'm gonna still stick with that.
Yeah, I won't talk y'all first half,
but I'm gonna join you on that first quarter.
Yeah.
I like everything you said, to be honest with you. And yeah, the Thunder, they're fighting for that 10th spot, but I mean, honestly, even if they fought their hardest, are they on the Suns level? This is completely different caliber of team and talent. And the thing I do also like about the Suns is they're not necessarily I think they're playing for seeding, but they're not really playing for seeding. They're playing for chemistry. So they're going to play because they're essentially playing to figure out how to play with each other.
Yep.
So they're going to play. At least we know they're going to play early. I don't know about where their seeding is and how many wins or losses they can stand with, to lose or so. I think they're kind of in the third, fourth, fifth spot, somewhere up in there. I know they're safe from the play-in, but I think nonetheless their focus is on chemistry, trying to get all this stuff to gel. So we're not necessarily worrying about the opponent because we gonna play because we got stuff that we have to work on to get ready for teams like the Bucks, or if we want to even go that far, they still got to play the Nuggets. I mean, the West is kind of wide open. I really don't know who's the top dog in the West, honestly. But I love the angle you said, them coming out starting fast, because I was looking at the same thing. I didn't think first quarter, though. I love that line, 1.5 first quarter. So I'm going to ride with you on that. But I'm still going to stick with the first half -3. I just don't think a motivated Suns team should I feel like it should easily be able to take care of an OKC team that may be motivated to make it to the play-in, but at the end of the day, they're just not talented enough to keep up with a Suns team that should be on a mission, and the mission should already have started. Like I said, not necessarily about where they land at, but they gotta, KD missed 2 weeks already. They gotta figure this shit out, now and during the playoffs before it started getting, I don't think they're just gonna walk over the Denvers, and I honestly don't think they'll walk over Sacramento. I think they're better than both those teams, but I don't think they're gonna walk over them. So I ride with you on the first quarter, and I also like the first half.
Let's get it.
I do like, I'm not necessarily a props guy, but I do love what you were saying on that Chris Paul situation. You give him another score. He's not trying to be a scorer. He wants to facilitate. He already was, averages 8-9 assists anyway. You give him a guy that can knock down a shot from any distance and doesn't need the ball in his hands. Yeah. And with the talent around him, he should easily be able to get you a couple floaters, a couple mid-range jumpers. You're talking lobs to Aiden, spot up shots to Booker and Durant. Yeah, I mean, I would probably ride that assist wave prop until it got ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah, they're gonna have to raise it.
They're gonna have to, yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's see. I'm trying to save the best technically for last, but let's talk about our guys, dog. I mean, I know, we're not the best team right now. Technically, we're one of the worst. One of the worst teams right now. But God damn it, we from Houston, we from H-Town, and shit. We rock H-Town.
You see where we at? You see where we at right now?
No matter whether they up or down. It is what it is. But we got the Lakers, who are definitely have something to play for. They're coming down here to H-Town, take on the Rockets. The line is at -11. The total is at 236. Real quick, actual factuals before we jump into this thing real quick. Lakers 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games, 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games. But crazy enough, 2-5 ATS in the last 7 games against Houston. But 11-2 straight up in the last 13 games against Houston. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games on the road. 6-2 ATS in the last 8 games against an opponent from the Western Conference. In the totals, over in 4 of the last 5, under in 6 of the last 8 against Houston in Houston, and under in 6 of the last 7 against an opponent from the Southwest Division. The Rockets were 1-4 ATS in the last 5, 1-7 straight up in the last 8, 1-4 straight up in the last 5 against an opponent from the Western Conference, 1-8 against an opponent from the Pacific Division. And the totals, we've gone over in 5 of the last 6, over in 4 of the last 5 against the Lakers, but under in 5 of the last 6 at home, and under in 6 of the last 8 when playing at home against those same Los Angeles Lakers. LJ, your boy, the King, coming to town. I think you told me you will be in attendance to check your boy out, right?
Bro, where we at right now, bro? Where we at right now? I'm already there, though. You see, I'm already there.
I seen it in the background. I didn't say that.
I see. I'm already there, bro. Live in full effect tonight at 6 p.m. It will be going down at Toyota Center tonight. Lakers and Rockets. Now, just because we are the sorriest team, one of the sorriest teams besides the Spurs, I'll give us 1A, 1B. But one of the sorriest teams in the NBA. It does not mean that we cannot make some money off this game, ladies and gentlemen. So get your pens, get your pad ready, because this game is going to eat, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start off with the Lakers. They are 11-2 straight up in their last 13 games versus Houston. Marley just mentioned that. Now, first quarter, they are 42-32-3 to the under first quarter, which is number 1 in the NBA.
Man, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Quick score update. LSU is on Iowa ass 27-22. 28 seconds left in the first quarter, and they are balling, though.
Yeah, and Angel Reese on the bench right now with 2 fouls.
Yeah, it's not Angel Reese. She's got a couple boards, but
no, I'm just saying they're up and she's on the bench, so they just let you know.
Right.
But yeah, back to this game. Like I mentioned, first quarter, man, the Lakers play to the under, number 1 in the NBA. They're 23-15 to the under first quarter on the road. Rockets, they are 21-15-3 to the first quarter under at home, 24-15 to the under first half at home. So one of my plays is the under 120.5 first half. That's been the trend. I'm going to stick with the trend. Yeah, 120.5 first half under. That's the trend for both of these teams. Now, in the second half, I believe the scoring will pick up, but I believe they're going to fill each other out in the first half, which most of these teams mostly usually do. Far as the game, 11, that's a pretty high spread, Right. So I'm going to focus on the first half, and I'm going to take the Rockets plus 4 first quarter. Is it the first quarter? Yes. Rockets.
Pull it up real quick.
It's the Rockets first quarter plus 4, because the Rockets are 7-3 against the spread in the first quarter in their last 10 games at home. They play better at home. They like the home crowd. They like to come out fast. So I believe they will cover that first quarter spread, possibly winning outright. It will be low scoring as well. So we're on the first quarter plus 4 Rockets. We're on the first half under 120.5. Those are the side.
120.5. I just
Yeah,
wrote 120.
120.5 is the first half total.
Gotcha.
Now, let's get to these props, ladies and gentlemen, because
Spill it.
if you don't know, you know. Now, another nugget. This is a bonus one. The Rockets have the worst fourth quarter spread in the NBA. So you can bet these quarters first before the game starts. So
Well,
just
you can bet
jump
them
on.
live.
Yeah, I was going to say both. Jump on the Lakers fourth quarter before the game start. Jump on in the fourth quarter full spread live. Guaranteed it will cash. I don't know. But let's get to the props, man. Let's start off with the Rockets. I'm taking Jalen Green over 22.5 points, minus 114. He's averaging 22 points at home. Like I say, he puts up the points, he gets the usage. The Rockets do not play team basketball. If you watch them, you know. They are playground, street ball. I'm going to get my stats, dribble,
It's
dribble,
AAU.
dribble.
It's
All that.
AAU. It's
All
AAU.
that, bro. They
But
are
all we got
hard
is young kids, so that's all they know.
So, yeah, I'm taking Jalen Green's over 22.5 points, minus 114. I'm taking Jabari Smith points, over 14.5, minus 122. I'm taking his rebounds as well, over 7.5, minus 127. And I'm taking Tyrone Eason off the bench, over 10.5 points, minus 118, because he comes off the bench and is very productive. And Tayshaun Tate is out. You see what I'm saying? He gets minutes when he's in the game. But the fact that Tayshaun Tate is out, Eason is going to get those minutes. So taking Eason points as well. Now, we're going to jump over to the Lakers, Marley, because if you don't know, you know. The Rockets, they allow the most threes in the NBA. They allow the most steals in the NBA. And they allow the most blocks in the NBA. So we're going to go down the list, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start off with the threes. Now, sneaky one. Austin Reeves. Is that his name? Austin Reeves?
Austin Reeves, yes.
Austin Reeves for the Lakers.
They call him the White Mamba.
Okay, disregard all that. He's not a white mamba. But we're going to take his over 22.5 PRA minus 115 because he averaged a 35 PRA the last game that they played down here at Toyota Center. So he should get 22.5 easily versus the Rockets because he comes off the bench. The Rockets have nobody on the bench that can hold him as far as keep him in front and keep him at a low average. But I believe he's going to catch his PRA.
What's it at?
Over 22.5 minus 115. He may get 20 points just by himself.
He can get you 20 points, yeah.
So I'm going to take that. And I'm going to take his over 1.5 3-pointers plus 154 because he had the attempts the last game. He was 1 for 7, so he didn't cash it. But I believe he cashed it the last game versus the Bulls. Who did they just play? The Wolves. They just played the Wolves the last game, and he cashed that. I think he had 2 threes. So I'm going to stick with that because the Rockets give up the most threes in the NBA. So I'm going to take that one. Now, let's jump on D'Angelo Russell. Over 5.5 assists minus 120 is too low. He is going to get 6 assists versus the Rockets. And I'm going to take his 2+ steals plus 175 because the Rockets allow the most steals in the NBA.
Most turnovers
and every single point guard, for the most part, has cashed that 2+ steals prop versus the Rockets. Now, let's get to the big dog, Anthony Davis. He's going to eat tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't play the last game. They sat him out. But he's been playing well as of late, and he's coming down here where the Rockets will not be able to keep him off these boards. So we're taking Anthony Davis, PRA, over 41.5, minus 110. We're taking his rebounds over 12.5, minus 136. And we're taking his blocks over 2.5, plus 150. And ladder it up to 4 blocks, ladies and gentlemen, plus 400. Because he will have 4 blocks in this game, Marley. I guarantee you. I'm emptying out the bank account on these props because the Rockets are vulnerable in all 3 of those categories. So all that, I don't know if you wrote them down. I don't know whoever's listening, but whatever, rewind it, take note, pick whatever you want. You don't have to take them all. Just pick and choose whatever you feel comfortable with. But I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, these props are going to cash. He's been doing it all season long. But as
Appreciate
far as
that,
the
Devin.
side, I'll recap the side. First quarter, +4 Rockets. First half, under 120.5.
So, everybody, I hope that y'all were listening to all those prop bets. In short, if you wasn't listening, go look at all the things that the Rockets suck at statistically, and then
Yes.
take the props against them. In short, turnovers. Go find the guard, and then you take his turnover prop because the Rockets allow the most turnovers per game.
Yes.
And if I could stress anything that sounds like it's, I don't know if it's a long shot, but it definitely the most lucrative bet is Anthony Davis block prop. Ladder it up to 4 and get you plus 400. 4 seems like a high number to me, but
no,
he spit out the stats to you. So
it's not. I'm telling you, it's not.
Rob,
Not for the Rockets now. Another team, yes, but far as the team that give up the most blocks in the NBA at 8 a game, I think 4 is pretty safe.
I do like the Anthony Davis point prop.
PRA, points, rebounds,
PRA, yeah. PRA. And I do like the D'Angelo Russell
5.5
steal prop.
And steal, yeah, 2+.
And I do love what's up, Dave? The homie. What up, nerd?
There you go.
Y'all go check out picks for Dave, man. Austin Reeves, PRA 13 of the last 15 over. So that was going to be the last one that I said I like. I'm definitely taking that Austin Reeves PRA. Love that one. Didn't have a side on this one. This was a late ad by Mr. LJ himself. My reason being is that I don't, what I don't like this time of year is teams that got something to play for and teams that don't have nothing to play for. In the Rockets case, we're young, so like, I don't know. Jalen Green could get hot and go for 50 tonight. They could still lose, but they could cover the spread.
Exactly.
And the Lakers, I don't think they care about the spread. They don't care about chemistry. They don't care. They just trying to win. Like, they just trying to win because they feel like if we get in, can't nobody fuck with us. So, at the end of the day, they don't care about beating nobody by 11, 7, 5, or 2. They just trying to win every game that's left on the schedule to get in. And, I don't know. They could beat the Rockets by 20. But also, the Rockets can fuck up around and luck up and win this game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Anthony Davis can come out piss poor like he does sometimes, and who knows? So, but I do agree with you on those prop bets. I am going to take that Austin Reeves PRA. I'm going to look at that block one, LJ. I don't know. It's scary. I'll check it out. Score update. 33-32 LSU. We got 6 in just under 7 minutes. Oh, she hit a 3. She's wide open. Bang. 36-32 LSU. This game is rocking. This is like the first time I really sat and watched women's college basketball over the last couple of days. And I've actually been watching some good goddamn basketball games. Not gonna lie.
You cash at LSU though.
I took the 4. I told you. It looks like I'm gonna lose Iowa first half, -1.5. That was my first half bet. But I did take LSU plus the 4. Yeah. I think South Carolina lost because they're physical and good inside. LSU got some girls that can shoot from the guard position.
They can shoot,
and they couldn't just leave those girls open like they were doing. They were leaving Raven and a couple other girls for South Carolina wide open. Oh, that's an offensive foul. Oh, I'm getting a little physical out here.
I'm good though. I got faith that LSU gonna bring it home.
They up 4. Looking good through one half.
See, what's gonna happen is Iowa's gonna probably have to keep up with their shooting, and I think they're not gonna be able to outshoot them. Because Iowa shoots the ball too, so they just call it these ticky-tack fouls, though, bro. That's
the refs suck. So the first one I thought was a foul, and I feel like he just called this one because he fucked up on the first one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you give her a ticky-tack foul. Oh, she did kind of hook a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, go look at the Rockets. You can go look at how much they suck defensively, and then take the props against those terrible odds. And let's keep it moving. We got 2 games left before we get up out of here. Next game we got on the docket is we got the Warriors, should be a good one, and the Nuggets. Let's look over some of these actual factuals real quick. The line is at the Warriors, the Nuggets minus 2.5, and the total we're looking at 233 and a half. I do like that under, LJ. I do like that under. I'm sorry. In that Rockets Lakers game, first half, under 20 and a half. I do like that. I'm going to make that official. Sorry. Warriors. Let's look at some of the actual factuals really quick. They're 3-6 ATS in the last 9. 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games. 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games against Denver. 1-12 ATS in their last 13 games on the road. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games against an opponent from the Western Conference in their totals. They've gone under in 4 of the last 6, over in 4 of the last 5 when playing in Denver, and over in 13 of the last 20 against an opponent from the Northwest Division. The Nuggets, 4-2 ATS in their last 6 games, 4-2 straight up in their last 6 games, but 1-5 ATS in the last 6 games at home. 14-6 straight up in the last 20 games against an opponent from the Western Conference. 5-0 ATS in their last 5 games against an opponent from the Pacific Division. Their totals, under in 8 of the last 8, but over in 6 of the last 7 games against Golden State. Over in 4 of the last 5 games when playing at home against Golden State. And let's look at the injury report real quick and see what's the latest. I would check Twitter on this because I'm not sure the last update. The Warriors are fine. Steph, all those guys, they're good. But on the Nuggets side, KCP, he's upgraded to probable. Jokic, I have is questionable. Murray, probable. Porter, probable. And Najee, questionable. So I personally would check Twitter before I bet this game. At least make sure Jokic is playing. That's going to make a difference. LJ, what do you have for me on the Warriors and Nuggets? Are they spicy or are they mild tonight?
I don't know, man. You just mentioned we gotta wait to see if Jokic in the lineup. So we're gonna wait for the underdog alert, on Twitter just to make sure he's in the roster. But if he is in the game, I'm all on the Nuggets for the most part. They're coming off 2 losses, and the Warriors, they don't perform well on the road, as we know, man. 5-14 against the spread as a road dog. They're only 3-11 and 1 straight up in the first quarter in their last 15 games. They have a -4 point differential in the first quarter, the last 3 games. They allow the most points on the road, 124. They allow the most assists on the road. So the second most assists, I'm sorry. But the Warriors are an over team, 13-6 to the over as a road dog, which is number 1 in the NBA. 26-10-1 to the over on the road. So if I do make a play and I say if Jokic is in this lineup, I believe that the total will go over because the Nuggets put up a lot of points at home. But they are 11-4 versus the Pacific, so they do play well in this spot. And they are coming off 2 losses, and they're 17-8 straight up after a loss. So they should perform well in this spot and take care of business. But I haven't made a play yet because I have to be confirmed that Jokic is going to be in this lineup. Now, I know I'm going to be on Steph Curry's points, over 28.5 -127, because he's averaging 28 in his last 5 games, and he averages 30 on the road. So, and I'm taking his 3-pointers over 4.5 -103, because he's averaging 4.5 3-pointers made on the road, which is number 1 in the NBA. So I will be on Steph, but haven't made it locked in a play yet because I have to be confirmed that Jokic will be in this line.
Right. I'm essentially right there with you. Only thing stopping me from pulling the trigger on the Nuggets is the fact that I'm not sure if Jokic is going to be in or out. Jokic is in. I know the line's probably going to go up a couple points. I'm still going to pull the trigger just because, for the simple fact, I personally feel like this is a Nuggets or nothing at all. The Warriors is just terrible on the road. At the end of the day, their road record is off. I can get it real quick because I don't have it right here in front of me. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to tell you is their road record is 9-29. They're 10-28 ATS on the road. So there's just no reason for me to take them on the road. I don't care what the line is at the end of the day. If they win, cool. But I definitely would not take this team traveling outside. What I do like is though the over here. Even if Jokic plays, because for whatever reason, the Warriors, the one thing that's supposed to travel, the defense, seems that it doesn't travel when they go on the road, which is kind of weird. And we know the Nuggets, they don't even know what defense is. They hate playing defense. I don't even think they care to play defense at all. So they just want to try to outscore you anyway.
Check that score. Check that LSU score.
Oh, I see it. 41. I'm looking at 41-34. I don't know if you're ahead of me or not.
Yeah, I have 43-36.
Yeah, I said that before the game started. I say, watch me lose that first half.
Let's go, LSU. Let's go.
It's cool. I got the +4 in my back pocket. Wish I would have took money line right now, but
yeah, I sprinkled. I sprinkled.
Nice.
Yeah, I sprinkled on
it. Nice. Congrats. Well, it's early, but congrats. Yeah. It's still early. Got a whole half to go. But yeah, I got the 4, so I'm feeling good about it. But yeah, so I definitely check Twitter. About an hour before the game starts. Keep up with the lines. I like as long as Jokic plays, I like the Nuggets. Without Jokic, I feel like the game can go either way because they got Steph. So Steph could go off for 50 tonight. Easily. Easy. Clay could go off for 40 tonight easily. Yep. They don't play defense. So I love the total here. I actually might jump on it. The only thing that's kind of stopping me from jumping on it again is Jokic, and it's because he initiates the offense. He's the points. He's the putback.
Everything.
He's everything for them. So I don't know if they can get to the total that I need them to get to without him. So I play it like this. I take the over if Jokic plays. If he doesn't, I'll probably just look at a Warriors team total over. I think that might be a better play if Jokic doesn't play. But keep an eye on Twitter. Jokic is obviously the key. And let's jump into the final game of the day. I want to get your opinion on this because normally, we didn't do it for either sport for the first year in a long time. We normally go over our preseason predictions for NBA and NFL, and we always do a midseason as well. So since we didn't do that, who's your favorite to come out of the East this year? We kind of talked about the West. We both said it's wide open, but I'm loving the Bucks right now. That's why I'm bringing that up. And I want to know your opinion on it.
I would put my money on the Bucks if I had to make a decision right now. They have the most legitimate team to compete. They can win on the road. They have production off the bench that could start on other teams. So they have a pretty solid union, and they've been there before. They have the experience. They already have a championship with 3 of the core people that's already there. So, yeah. But I would love to see Philly make a run. I think Embiid and Giannis are the best 2 players in the East. I would love for them to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. As far as the West, I've been harping that Denver, Jokic, they have to get to the Western Conference Finals. If Jokic is going to be this MVP and get all these accolades, he has to back it up with the production of getting his team, since he does everything, get your team to a chance to win a championship. That's my
Murray. He needs Murray, and not only does he need Murray, he needs Murray to be COVID Murray. When him and
COVID Murray in the bubble.
When him and Donovan Mitchell was like going back and forth for like 4 games straight, busting 40 and 30 and 50 and just back to back.
Yeah.
Because he's a big man. And at the end of the day, the big man has always needed the guard to, even though Jokic does initiate the game, he's not the traditional big man, but everybody needs that sidekick. Everybody
Yeah,
needs
I
that,
agree.
that Robin. It's not just Jokic. It's
But
not
I'm
a
gonna tell
knock
you who's
on
gonna be a
Jokic.
sleeper. The Kings are the best team
I
in the
like the
West
Kings.
on the road.
I
And when
like the
you and
Kings.
when you call yourself a championship team, you have to win on the road. So the
Yeah.
Bucks and the Kings are the number two teams, East and West, that can successfully win. Well, they've proven it throughout the season that they can consecutively win on the road.
I
Man,
like the
let's
Kings.
go LSU, man.
Yeah. It's getting ugly out there.
Let's
I'm looking at
go.
49-38. I don't know what you got. I'm looking at 49-38.
52-39.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting ugly out there.
Man, and old girl not even in the game. Angel Reese gonna come in the
Hey,
second half and
this
just take it
off
over.
topic before we do this last game. Off topic. Ain't that Monica McNutt that be doing this the girls halftime and shit?
I
The
don't
one that
know.
be on ESPN with the short hair.
Oh yeah. That's her.
That's her. Hey, she cute to me. I don't know
Yeah,
why she
that's her.
cute to me. Cause she not really like all that bad or nothing. But like her look, it's her swag. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Cause
yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
her. She not cute, but she cute to me. Her little swag. I don't know. I just seen her in the background. They getting ready and shit. I was like, look at Monica.
Yeah.
She was talking sports. Yeah, this one might be done. All right, man. Let's jump into this last game so we can get out of here and focus on some basketball. Focus on our plays real quick. Philly, they're going on to Milwaukee, which like I said earlier, I think is the best team in the East. I agree with you, LJ. I wouldn't mind seeing Philly get there. I like Embiid, but my problem is that nigga Harden don't show up in the playoffs
Oh,
sometimes.
he
Now, we'll
don't.
see what happens. They don't need him to be Houston James Harden like we needed him to be. So if he can just give them 17 and 10, I think that's considered showing up for James. Hey, I'll take 15 and 10 and 7 boards if Maxi can give me a 20.
Yeah.
So what you say, Dave? McNutter was a Lady Hoya. I know she hooped, but she was a Hoya. I know she went to Georgetown. All right. Who do we like in the final tomorrow? I think it got to be UConn, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't, man. They've dominated every team they've played,
Yeah.
every
And I,
step of the way.
and I don't see why it's
Like,
going to change now.
yeah, I see no reason for it to change now. I'm definitely all over UConn first half because San Diego State never
Yeah.
comes out first half ready to play,
UConn's been
especially a
cashing all
second
year
round
first
game.
half. That was a season
So
cash first
I took
half.
FAU money line first half yesterday. It was amazing. FAU should have won that game. But anyway, Philadelphia and the Bucks. The line is at -5. The game is in Milwaukee. The total we're looking at 236. Hopefully, we get a playoff like atmosphere. Look at a couple actual factuals for Philly. They're 8-3 ATS over their last 11 games. 11-4 straight up in the last 15 games. 3-8 straight up in the last 11 games against Milwaukee. 6-2 ATS in their last 8 games on the road. 5-14 straight up in the last 19 games when playing on the road against Milwaukee. But 9-1 straight up in their last 10 games against an opponent from the Eastern Conference. Their totals have gone over in 9 of the last 11 games against an opponent from the Central Division, but under in 5 of the last 7 games. Best team in the Eastern Conference, in my opinion. I'm not overlooking Boston for anybody that's out there wondering. I just think Boston's number 2. Or maybe they're tied with Philly.
I don't even think they're number 2.
Won't argue.
I can't stand Boston. They're too inconsistent. They love to shoot the three. And you and me know, watching a team that depends on the 3-point shot, it's not going to be successful in the long run. We see it firsthand with our own eyes. So,
Man, like I said, I think the Bucks are the best team in the East.
yeah.
I don't see. I'm not definitively saying Boston's number 2. If you tell me Philly, I can listen to that argument. I think they have definitely been playing better than Boston here as of late, for sure. So yeah, I definitely I won't agree with that. I mean,
but far as the game, I stayed off this game. I want to sit back and watch it and take notes because I believe that we will see these two teams again in the playoffs. So we don't have to force a play in this game. But
No,
the
we don't.
Bucks are the best team off a loss against the spread. You know, they're 7-3 in their last 10. They're 13-7 against the spread after a loss, 16-5 straight up. So if you want to make a bet, I would lean the Bucks because of the successful ATS record. Plus first quarter, 11-3-1 straight up in the first quarter. Last 15, 12-3 straight up in the first half. Last 15. Now, the 76ers are 8-4 to the over first half in the last 12. So when they do come out, they score like 25 points in the first quarter, but they'll come back and jump on the second quarter and they'll score like 60. So I was going to lean towards a first half over because the Bucks are right there at 59, 60 points in the first half as well. But I think this is going to be a defensive game. I think it's going to be a playoff atmosphere. So I'm leaning more towards the under. I haven't made the bet, but I would predict that an under will be in play because I think it's going to be every possession is going to count. I believe that they're going to, take full advantage of every opportunity to get ahead of an advantage that the 76ers or the Bucks have. So Bucks -5. I'm not mad, but I stayed off because I do believe that both these teams will be seeing each other in the playoffs in the near future.
Okay. The boy Mathis, our game Mathis, he says Hawks and under. Yeah, I don't have a play on that game, Mathis, but I definitely can't take Dallas on the road. Luka, Kyrie. I'm not gonna say it doesn't work, but I will say it hasn't worked yet. It's early, they still gotta figure it out, but they haven't been looking good. And they don't play no fucking defense. Like it's just they just try to score 140. That was like, yeah, can you score 141? Because we could just try to score. Like it's good. Nobody playing no defense. So yeah, I agree. Under, I don't know. Dallas doesn't play defense, so could be an overtype game. But I agree with you with the Hawks. Back to the Bucks here. I agree with you, LJ. There is gonna be, or at least I don't know if it is, but I would like it to be a playoff type atmosphere. And that's kind of what I'm expecting. I expect the crowd to come out roaring. And I hate that I don't have it on today, but boys know, at least if you have been a part of this channel for a while, you know how I feel about energy. This is gonna be my hoodoo play of the day. I'm a Bucks first half, -3. I was gonna go first quarter because I feel like they're gonna come out, like you said, come out after a loss or one of the best teams coming back after a loss. This is gonna be a big game. At least I don't know if the players are gonna mentally think that coming out, but the fans and the people are gonna act like it is. The energy is going to be intense, and like I say about energy, is two things that happens with energy. It is either absorbed or retracted, and the Bucks are going to absorb that home crowd. That's where you get the home field advantage. People. That's what that comes from. So I'm going to take the Bucks -3. Like I said, I do think this is the best team in all of basketball. Like LJ mentioned earlier, they're 7-3 over their last 10. I'm more of a what have you done for me lately? Although it seems like they're better on the road because over their last 10, they've been 5-1 on the road and 2-2 at the crib. I do feel like just the intensity of the matchup is going to change. It's kind of one of those, we can throw the numbers out as a totality of the season because this game is going to have you got two of the top seeds. You got Embiid, you got Bucks, you got the storyline, you got the cameras, televised game Sunday night, all those things. It's almost as if it's a Monday night or a Sunday night football game. This is the big stage, so guys are going to come out. They don't want to be embarrassed on television. So I expect a highly competitive game. At least I hope it's not early anyway. I hope the Bucks just come out here and fucking run away. Blowout. Fuck the cameras and the TV and what the NBA wants. I don't want to close first half. But so I'm on the Bucks -3 early. And I think Phillies is a slow starter to me. I don't have the numbers right here in front of me.
They are.
But I feel like they fight from behind a lot. And what I don't like about this team is that they take plays off. And the Bucks are, like you said, they're more disciplined. They play harder.
Mm-hmm.
Their bench is better in my estimation. So I like like I said, I think this is the best team in the Eastern Conference. Might be the best team in the NBA, man. Giannis is a fucking beast. I guess if anybody can slow him down, it's Embiid, right? He got the body to anyway, but
Yeah.
Giannis is a fucking freak of nature. Can you imagine if Giannis had Embiid body? But I guess if he had Embiid body, he wouldn't be able to run and jump like that. But shit, I like the Bucks minus the 3 though. First half.
I'm not mad at that play. I've been thinking about it as you've been talking, and the Bucks are usually money in the first half at home, man.
I like them early. I don't
I,
like.
I'm gonna think about it. I may get to the window with the first half Bucks as well.
I think late the game could tighten up. Like it could turn into that playoff type atmosphere where the game gets real tight. They walking the ball up and down the court. 5 points might be too much if it's the kind of game that we expect it to be. So I like it early when you ride that home crowd wave. You coming off a loss, so I expect them to be focused. On top of the fact it's a big game, so keep in mind, you think Embiid cares about the MVP race? Because if he does, this is definitely a statement game.
Yeah, I think he does, and I think he's gonna play. He's gonna play hard. His points. It's always money with his points. You might as well. I think he's averaging 32 on the road.
Technically, how many games we got left?
We got like 5. I want to say around 5, 4 or 5 for the most part. He
can solidify right here. I mean, in my mind, I think he should be the MVP already.
Like if he come out and have a dominant game, and let's just say Philly win, and they win though,
and they win,
yeah,
it's a stamp.
That's gonna be the storyline on Sports Center and every sports network tomorrow.
It got to be the stamp.
Yeah, it's gonna be a storyline if Embiid come out and dominate and win the game. I agree 100%.
So if he cares about that kind of thing, I think he cared. I know he cared last year when they didn't give it to him. I felt they robbed him last year. I don't know. I do too. I don't know the numbers this year compared to the numbers last year, but I felt like they robbed them last year versus if they do or don't give it to him this year. And he just fucking does more. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Jokic hater. I like the Joker. I like what he does, but he only plays offense. And last I checked, you have to play defense too. It's not just an offensive game. And Embiid plays offense and defense. So that's to me, that's what gives him the over. But LJ, man, we're almost at the hour mark. A lot longer than I kind of want to typically go on these Sundays. So been talking to LJ, man. We're going to try to do this on Sundays. We're going to try to do it a little bit earlier on a Sunday. Maybe before or after, we'll figure the time slot out. J Money Show, because sometimes LJ does J Money Show. Every once in a while, I do J Money Show. Shout out to J Money, definitely a friend of the channel.
For sure.
But so from here going forward, as long as our availabilities match up, we'll do a little Sunday NBA quick breakdown. I typically want to kind of keep it under an hour though. I did most of the talking though, so it's not true.
Yeah. Plus, when the playoffs start, it's going to be not that many games, so we'll be able to run through real quick.
Right. So, Dave, if you still here, we got to figure out this baseball thing, man. I got to get the baseball show back jumping again. And LJ, tell people. Oh, hold on. Before we do that, before we tell the people where they can find you, LJ's plays are as follows. These are not counting his props, people. There are too many props for me to write them all down. So you have to catch the props when he give them to you, or you can always go back and rewind, and he'll state them as he go on to, or I try to re-say them after he say some of them. So there's probably like 30 props. So you're gonna just watch the goddamn show.
Yeah.
LJ's plays in. We got the Knicks. And let me know if I missed anything or I got anything wrong. Knicks, first half -7. Suns, first quarter -1.5. Under in the first half of the Lakers-Rockets game, you give that a 120.5. +4 on the first quarter of the Rockets game No play on Warriors, Nuggets, and no play on the.
Do you think that Suns first quarter -1.5 is fishy? Shouldn't they be favored more?
So look, I love the line because it is that it does look a little fishy because it's like, damn, 1.5. Don't
Like,
say
that's a
that now. I
bucket.
didn't tell you on that play.
No, I'm just saying. I just want to talk it out a little because I've already took it too, but they're saying that a bucket. I would think at least 2.5. Cover 3 points
Well,
first
see,
quarter
you know
spread.
what? To be honest with you, I don't bet. So I do bet first quarters, right? But as I told you earlier, I haven't been locked in on. I'm just now getting back NBA now that college is winding down. So haven't bet a lot of first quarter lately. So I'm not used to seeing what the line is. But I do looking at that line, and even when you first brought it up, I was kind of like, damn, 1.5. Oh yeah, that's
That's a
great.
bucket.
Yeah, they should be up now, boy. To the point.
Yeah,
But now that you say it's fishy, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's definitely fishy.
well, I'm falling for the bait then. So
Yeah, sometimes sometimes you just get lucky and it ain't bait. It's it's actual fish down there.
Yeah, already.
So I'm riding with you on it. I like it, but yeah, could it be bait? Yeah. Should it be? No. The Suns should take care of business first quarter. Unless is Shea back?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I know he hasn't been playing. Like I said, I haven't been locked in on NBA.
Let me see what he say. What he is now. They saying Shea. Yeah, they said no injuries on both teams.
No injuries.
No injuries.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I don't know if this is his first game back though.
It may be.
I know when they first come back early, it's not good. Up the rotation. But I still like the Suns.
Yeah, I it ain't like I'm scared of the pick. I just want to see your thoughts on it.
Like the Suns. All right, your boy Knicks minus the 11 full game. That's a little scary. Double-digit points. No Randall, but the Wizards ain't got no goddamn body. Bill's gone, Porzingis gone, and Kuzma's gone, and they at the Garden. So yeah, shit. Suns. I'm not on the first quarter. Oh well, yeah. I'm sorry. I am on the first quarter because I took it with LJ, but I was already on the first half minus the 3. Gilchrist Alexander kind of scares me a little bit because that motherfucker is balling. But I expect the Suns, like I said, they got shit to work on. So I expect them to be playing like it don't even matter who the opponent is. We got to go out here and ball because we got to get this chemistry together. So I expect a good performance from the Suns. Then we're going to end the night. Bucks first half minus the 3. I'm going with the voodoo player of the day. I'm going to go wear my chain tonight. Feel like coming off a loss, like LJ said, this is one of the best teams coming off a loss. They're at the crib. It's a big game. Best bench in the league. I don't know if he's the best player. Most dominant player in the league. Top 5 in Giannis. The only thing that scares me is statement game for Embiid. If he wants that MVP, he could come out and just fucking dominate.
Yeah.
But Harden, he might shoot you out the building as well. Because sometimes he'll come out and shoot 1 for 9.
For real. Fuck everything up.
Fuck everything up. So I like the Bucks minus the 3.
I'm really thinking about getting to the window, which I'm gonna look and see how some more money cash and see if I can. I'm almost certain I'm gonna get to the window with that -3 first half.
I can't promise you no win, but I can promise you can jump on in this car and ride with me.
Yeah, for real. I'm gonna tweet it out and tag you. If I do it, I'm gonna tweet it out and tag you. If I go to the window,
I do got room for you in the car, and I like it. I think, like I said, I think they come out. Not only could it be a statement game for Embiid, it could be a statement game for the Bucks. They could come out and be like, look, we're the number 1 team in the East. The road goes through us. A lot of people talking about Philly lately. Let us just come out here
and this is a revenge game because didn't the Sixers stop the Bucks winning streak? I think the Sixers was the one that stopped it. Yeah. So this is a revenge game for the Bucks. So
even better. Even better. Even more of a reason for us to freaking smack them up, in the words of J Money. LJ, let the people know where they can find you at, please.
Man, find me on Twitter at LJ Sports Media. find me on Facebook at LJ from Houston and YouTube, LJ from Houston, Raw Words Podcast. Streaming now. Go like, go subscribe, put up my plays. And I'm going to have an end of season NBA show, this week. Give me all some insights on what y'all can look for in the playoffs, players to jump on, teams, trends, things like that, because I believe in investing in your bet. For instance, Memphis, first half at home. I'm always going to take that spread. Now, if they lose it, like in 3 games, of course, we're going to get off, reevaluate, see if they can continuously hit it again, and we'll jump back on it. But I believe in investing in your bet. Don't just jump on the bet and lose and you get off. You may lose money the next time that you didn't bet that bet. So that's all I'm saying. I'm a firm believer in that.
Follow the trends.
Yes, that's all I'm saying. Invest in your bet if you really want to be profitable in this, if that's what you choose to do. Because a lot of people just do it for fun. They'll jump in and out. Us, we do the numbers on a daily basis, and we're trying to do this professionally. So if you're trying to do this professionally, you have to invest in it. Believe me. The outcome.
You just want to be fucking profitable.
Yes, you have to. You just have to be. But yeah, like I said, follow me YouTube, Raw Words Podcast. I will have a show up this week. Breaking down the NBA season and going into the playoffs. So that's how you can follow me. But I will be at Toyota Center tonight watching this late.
Enjoy that. I know LBJ is your guy. He's been your guy.
Yes, sir.
We've had many of back and forths over the internet, over Raw Words and Brothers and Bets about LBJ. So enjoy it, my brother. I hope you have a good time tonight. I am Marley Betts, and this is Brothers and Bets. And that right there, that's the homie LJ from H-Town. And may the odds ever be in your favor. Definitely like today. And for sure, like tomorrow. Y'all already know what it is, man. Let's do Vegas. And we out this motherfucker.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey.